We're live. We're live. I think it says live. Oh my. We shall find out for sure. Soon enough, I suppose. Well, it says I'm live. I'm gonna believe that I'm live. We're editing. Yes, we're finishing. We're finishing an old video. Oh my. The ghost one that I mentioned in a post a little while ago, and yeah. Well, I'm at the tail end of it. It's very almost done. Gonna have it in time for the big Microsoft thing on the 8th, where they're gonna reveal Halo 7, maybe. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Or the Halo CE remake, probably more likely that one, because we've seen the assets in that little thing that they showed off, and they said they were going to use them. What else would they be using them for? It's like the worst kept secret in the whole fandom, and nobody's upset about the secret being out. They're making a remake of the first one. That's cool. I wouldn't mind also a hint at Halo 7, because I want to see what happens after Infinite, man. I want to see it happen. Yeah. Well, when I say that it's almost done, I mean that all the audio and all the visuals are kind of there. But what I currently have here are low quality visuals, and that's not okay. We got to replace them with better visuals. Yeah. And we're gonna go in order of as they appear in here, and that's just gonna be the background to while I yap. Yes, yap about various things. Why don't we yap about finding out if we're live? Yes, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Just gonna double check on the old stuff, on content. Going. This is me looking at my own stuff now. You can't see it because that's how OBS works. I can decide these things and you can't. Haha. Well, to no one's surprise, by which I mean not to my surprise, my computer is slowing down a bit. You might notice, if you had made a cursory inspection of the other streams, that if you're at least watching the VOD, more likely, or just skipping through, that this is a different editing software. Yes, I have learned a new one. It's what I made the Emil video on. DaVinci Resolve. It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Oh, we're having trouble. Oh, will it keep up? I believe it can. A little fun little thing you can do in DaVinci Resolve is that you can press the P button, and it will put it in a sort of like viewing mode that cuts out all of the I guess strain and showing you what it is like live rendering. I don't know how to describe it properly, but if you press the P button, suddenly you can watch it more or less as it will appear in the final version, as you've edited it together, as it goes together. Yes, and I'm gonna be using that a great deal because my computer can't really handle DaVinci Resolve super good. So the P button is my greatest friend because it just lets me sidestep it being slow, among other things. But better things to yap about. Halo remake, the first one. I mean, it's Halo CE Combat Evolved. Pretty exciting stuff, right? But don't who doesn't want to see that? Well, some people probably don't want to see that for their own reasons and whatnot. Let me just check that. Yes, my audio is turning up. Everyone wants to see that, don't they? Yeah. Uh, what people want to see in a Halo CE remake? Well, personally, as the big nerd of the multi-fiction stuff, and who has read the novelization like 4 or 5 times, a couple of those times were to gather clips, but still. I want to see all the various story elements that were involved in the canonical event that is the Battle of Installation 04, and I want to see them represent. I want to see them reference. I want to see them integrated. I want Fireteam Raven, the arcade game that is set concurrently with Halo CE about a group of ODSTs launching and fighting their way through Alpha Halo, Delta Halo, Installation 04, concurrent with Chief, and even having a bit of crossover. They encounter him a couple times, and though he doesn't know it, was partially responsible for making sure that he could do the good work that he did do. Let me just, yeah, I'm just focusing for a second. There's also the novelization, as I said before, which is called Halo: The Flood, which sort of positions itself as more of a sequel to the prequel novel to Halo CE, which is, of course, Halo: The Fall of Reach. I think even a lot of casual fans have probably heard of that because people bring it up a lot. It's kind of a big deal. Now, you might wonder what I'm doing here. I said before I used low quality footage, and this is high quality footage that I'm splicing over it. And the only difference you can see right now is a slight difference in the amount of squashing and stretching going on. I don't quite know why the DVDs versus like the I think this is Blu-ray quality technically. Yeah, have different squashing and stretching, but they do. And the only reason you can't tell a big difference regarding the actual quality as you're viewing it via YouTube compression is because I've got DaVinci Resolve running in such a way where it will it reduces the it doesn't look so good. It doesn't look as good, and that's just the reality of things. Yeah. What else do I want? I want for this to be lined up with this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yes, the novelization that features many other perspectives on Halo CE, the story, that is. You get to see from a couple different ODSTs. You get to see a lot more of Keyes, what he was dealing with, and you get the perspective of some regular Marines, and perhaps more importantly, Covenant POV. There are two major Covenant characters, that being Zuffa Zamini, yes, and Yayep. I think it's Yayep. I got a feeling it's Yayep. Let's just line that up there so we can cleanly line everything else up as well. Yes, and now if I switch the opacity, it should basically be exactly the same. Opacity again, basically the same shot. And if yeah, it's the same shot with the same timings. We are all good to see this. This is the final stretch. I've done all the important parts, and now it's just a matter of replacing things, which is why I feel I'm able to talk and stuff. There's the character of McKay, the sort of second in command of the ODST corps, I suppose you could say, in the context of the Installation 04 battle. She butts heads with the guy who's actually in charge, because he's a bit of a dick, and he doesn't like John very much, which is kind of an understatement. He has a whole speech about he calls up John to I can't remember which level it's set between, but they insert a point where John gets to have a small like half a day's break from the whole battle, as everyone's kind of regrouping at Alpha Base, which is like an impromptu stronghold. They basically put up the ODSTs and the UNSC forces on Installation 04. I forget. Major Silver calls John unarmored. Incidentally, you get one of the only physical descriptions of what John looks like without the armor as an adult in this book, and just takes this opportunity to tell him, I think you are a freak. I think you are not a worthwhile soldier. I think he brings up Darwin and says that evolution made sure that like the survival of the fittest, the Spartans are dead. And the ODSTs are still here, and it's gonna be regular old people that do the winning in this war, not you freaks of nature. However, you're a good soldier, so I don't dislike you. I could use you still. I'm still your commanding officer, so let's go to war and stuff. To his credit, Silver doesn't send John on any suicide missions, which is what you would expect the kind of stereotypical shitty, mean commander to do. But yeah. Oh, got another one. There we go. I wonder if will this match up just exactly right here. Oh, almost. Mm, I love it. I love it when audio sources of stuff are super consistent. Oh yeah. Okay, that's the same. That's the same. Oh, there's some kind of slight difference. Am I detecting? Oh, yes, there is something of a slight difference here. Okay, maybe that lined up is okay. Methinks that there's a few stray frames that aren't quite being attacked for. Yes, indeed. Okay, definitely the first one. Okay, cool. There we go. Yes, Major Silver, his major beef with the Spartan program stems from what in law is kind of the ODST's general dislike of the Spartan, which stems from in Halo: The Fall of Reach, both the book and the animated movie thing, which actually does adapt this particular section because, it's weird how the Fall of Reach animated adaptation only adapts the first third of the book, but sure, okay, it is what it is. It's weird that they still call it the Fall of Reach though, because the Reach doesn't fall in it unless you're talking metaphorically, because they're committing heinous actions on children in the context of the story, which you could say is a fall of morality on the planet Reach, but that's kind of a reach, haha. But in the Fall of Reach and in the animated version, Major Silver, well, ODSTs, not Major Silver. Major Silver comes to know about later. ODSTs, they are ordered to fight John. John and these ODSTs are sort of put vaguely kind of in each other's path in the hopes that they will end up fighting. It does end up doing that because John he messed with some weight equipment while he's trying to work out how much stronger his augmentations had made with him, and he hadn't done this or that, whatever. So they get a bit mad at John because he messed with some weights, and so they're like, I'm gonna kick this 15-year-old boy's ass. He doesn't look 15, like in the face he probably does, but he's like really tall now, because that's how the augmentations work. It extends all your limbs and shit. And they fight. John is kind of resistant at first. He's trying to not to do too much damage, but then he's explicitly told by Mendez, his drill sergeant, his commanding officer, that what are you waiting for, son? You should fucking attack these men. That's what you're meant to be doing right now. Yeah. It occurs to me that although I know that the live stream is going, I can't seem to get the it up on my iPad, because just in case someone's watching, let me fix that. Someone might have been in the chat for all I know, and I wouldn't even know. That's kind of depressing and funny at the same time in a way. Yeah. John beats the shit out of them and kills 2 of them, I think, and the other ones are grievously injured and are implied never to be able to serve again. And as a result, this gets around like to other ODSTs that this little kid did this, and people aren't really that happy. Uh, just got my friend telling me that the thumbnail I put up was a definitive 10 out of 10. That's good. I thought it was all right. I thought it was all right. Hmm? Oh yeah, yeah. He just told me that the thing is quite unsettling. The thumbnail I put up. Um, there we go. Now I'll know if anyone is actually watching. Which no one at the moment, but hey, you might be watching in the VOD. Who knows? Someone might be skipping through. There we are. Back to business. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Basically as an experiment, John is made to absolutely wreck the shit of several ODSTs that probably they were being pretty mean, but also they probably didn't deserve it. Um, considering two of them died, and this, it leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth as a result. An interesting thing about the depiction of it in the animated series is that John doesn't need to be prompted to fight these guys. Um, it's really odd the way that they do it, because they have his reaction to the whole event be the same as it was in the book, where he's specifically told, get into the ring and fight these men. At which point he accidentally kills a few of them because he doesn't know his own strength, because he has just received the augmentations. But in the animated version, he doesn't need the prompting. He beats the ever-loving shit out of them quite aggressively. He comes across a bit sociopathic, to be honest. And then at the end, he was like, "What? But they were fellow soldiers. I feel bad about it. Are you sure, John? This doesn't quite line up with the way you were just behaving seconds ago." Hmm. I mean, it's good visuals. I've used the visual of him, like looking at his bloody hands and looking towards Mendez in several different things, but not not quite accurate to the source material, and it does kind of fuck with his character a bit. Not gonna lie. My PC is chugging just a little bit. I wonder how it looks on the stream. Ooh. We're here. We're watching. Oh my God, people are watching. Amazing. I didn't even realize. That's pretty cool. Why is the live thing? Oh dear, the frame rate is absolutely shit. What is going on? In the animated version. Oh God, I only just realized. Oh God, the frame rate. Why is the frame rate so bad? What is what is the problem? OBS, why? This is not how it was meant to go. Uh, okay, on my end, it's showing that the frame rate is okay, but on YouTube, it's like, what? That's that can't be the case. No, why is the frame rate so bad? Why is the frame rate so bad? Why am I? I guess I'll just fuck it. I've got to be really entertaining just on based on Damn it all. What was I talking about? Yeah, animated version of The Fall of Reach is a bit hit or miss. There are moments that it really hits, and there are moments where it doesn't. Yeah, it's what? God damn it! I can't read the chat. Every second, it's like watching. What? What the fuck is happening? I need a new computer. I need a new fucking computer. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Thank you for coming, Connors Net. Connors. Wait, I can't read. Connors Net. Fuck. Uh, God, God, maybe I should have bought. Maybe I should stop. Jesus Christ. Uh, I mean, not stop doing the little editing thing, because it's. Uh, mhm. Today I realized that my computer really needs to uh wait, this doesn't make any sense actually, because on my computer it's showing that it can do more, but this is just strange. I don't understand what's happening. I'm gonna be honest. Where was I? We're just gonna continue like this. Scuffed screen stream beyond belief. We're committing. That's in full belief. That's okay. I have moved beyond my feelings on it. I haven't. I'm quite bothered by it actually. We're just gonna do it anyway. Uh, yeah, John is depicted as a sociopath, and that's just the way it is. Goodness, we have 4 people. I want to apologize to the people joining. There is no frame rate. Today I've discovered that trying to run OBS, DaVinci Resolve, and streaming at the same time is just not the thing. And I'm sorry in advance. It is what it is, and I will just keep yapping, because why not? Who's gonna stop me? Only me. Only I can stop me. That's what you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta keep on yapping. That's just the way it is. Yeah, motivational speaker. That's me. You having a hard time in your life? You having a tough time? You having you get well. I just gotta tell you, that happens. I'm sorry, man. You just gotta work it out. 2 people left. That's okay. That's okay. I still believe in myself. This is good. This is fine. No. Yes. I'm losing it a bit. God, I'm losing it a bit. Uh, I'm not. God, I need to go back to therapy. Okay. I never went to therapy. I just say that as a joke. Ah. I am making progress on the edit. You can barely see it because of it. Uh, this is probably funny as fuck. Yes, John. John is a very cool guy. He killed those guys. He killed a lot more guys later, but he did it all for the right reasons. Except that first time when it was someone else's reasons and it wasn't for the right reasons. And there's probably a couple shady things he's been made to do. Also, they destroyed a whole like satellite station of rebels, which probably had civilians on it to some degree because it had a whole infrastructure, and they sucked them all into space. That probably isn't moral. Oh look, more people. I want to apologize for the frame rate. The 2 people that just joined back on. It is what it is. I promise. There's stuff happening behind the frames. It's just we're struggling. We're struggling. I'm just talking at a million miles an hour. Just to make it happen. You know what else I'm excited for? At the Microsoft thing. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited for Gears of War because I've gotten to Gears of War. Yapping. Yes, we are in the yappening. I'm here for the yappening. Then very good. I'm excited for Gears of War because I say recently. It's actually been over the last like 2 years or so. I've been getting into Gears of War. I've been going through all the media and stuff, and I really like it. I think it's quite cool. I think it's quite neato and stuff. And it's got a shockingly consistent like multimedia through line, probably due to the fact that it's a smaller franchise overall than Halo is. Uh, and the it had like kind of only a few writers addressing its expanded universe stuff and the expanded universe stuff that was released. Apologies if there's a new person who just joined. Apology for the frame rate. I'm discovering I need a new PC today. The expanded media that was released, it's with like the exception of like one character whose timeline is a bit weird. It was Jay Stratton. It's really well locked in there. It's just got so much good fucking synergy, and the expanded universe books to do with the original trilogy for Gears of War are shockingly good. Uh, like they're shockingly emotional and touching, and they have this sort of granular approach to character work and interaction that you say you could listen to a certain character read the phone book. I could listen to a character written by Karen Travis read the phone book, and she would make it somehow work. Or no, she would describe the inner monologue of the person reading the phone book, and the reading of the phone book would still be good. She's that good of a writer in that my view. Which she's also done Halo stuff, but her reputation in the Halo community is a bit more mixed, mainly because she hates Dr. Halsey. Absolutely hates her. I assume she still does, but she hasn't written for Halo in like 11 years, I think. Like absolutely raging hate boner for Dr. Halsey, to the point that she not only drew attention to all the bad things that Dr. Halsey does, because I think it's primarily because Dr. Halsey, you can't really worm your way out of saying that Dr. Halsey didn't abuse kids, because she totally abused kids. A bunch of kids, a bunch of superpowered kids that she stole from their homes, and became their weird pseudo toxic mother figure? Question mark. Is she a toxic mother figure? You might write a whole essay about that. But her Karen Travis's major things in the Halo franchise are the short story Human Weakness, which is about Cortana. It's focusing on the when she's left behind in Halo 2, and the Graveminders are like, "Ooh, I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions, Blue Lady," and she's like, "Haha, shoot, I'm not afraid of you." She should have been afraid of him. It was kind of a bad experience for her, which low key, along with the general just plot beat of Cortana being kind of interrogated by the Gravemind, and it is in a way one of the most important stories in the franchise, both because it gave a really strong um, analysis of Cortana as a character, like a big deep dive. It's just wall to wall. A Lovecraftian being like, "You are an AI, but you want to be a real girl, don't you, Cortana?" Uh, the whole way through. It's wall to wall that, no joke. And Cortana's own inner monologue, where she's realizing, "Oh my God, my human mother, Dr. Halsey, was kind of an asshole, and oh God, I do feel all these things. Oh God, I'm all this, I'm that. I'm learning so many things about myself. Also, I'm losing my mind because a big tentacle monster is I was about to say, I was about to make, I don't know what I was about to say, but I stopped myself from saying it. Is getting up all in my mind. Oh dear. How do I reverse a clip? How do I reverse a clip? Have I forgotten how to reverse a clip? This is kind of embarrassing. Oh God, please don't say I've forgotten how to reverse a clip. Real time curve. No, no, that's not it. Uh, no, I can remember how to reverse a clip. I'm still kind of learning this software. Uh, and so sometimes I don't I learn a thing in the moment to get a thing right, and then I don't internalize it just yet, but this is God, this is all going strange. God damn it. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that one there, and I'm gonna reverse it later. Ha! You can't stop me. Yeah, yeah. She did. The point being, Karen Travis wrote the definitive, um, like deep dive character analysis on Cortana, and that had a really big influence on her characterization in Halo 4. If you read that story before or after 4, and then play 4, you're like, oh, like they carried basically all of this over. Like they turned all the little mini revelations about like what is her motivation, what does she want, ba 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 ba, and they were like, ah, yeah, all of it, every aspect of it, it's true, it's correct. Uh, because yeah, and they just upped the ante in terms of like a lot of the story in Human Weakness is I'm like towards the end it's kind of like Cortana realizing I'm going to die. It's real bad. Oh dear, this is kind of not poggers. Why did I say it that way? I'm God, that's cringe. Um, right, okay, just focusing in for a second. There you go. Not poggers at all. Have you tried adding minus on speed? Have I tried adding minus on speed? Have I tried adding minus on speed? On Premiere Pro, yeah, it works in reversing. Let's see. Takes a little bit to find meaningful. Going to cache, generate. Create lesson, reset fusion, open fusion paint, real time. Change clips. Ooh! Change clip speed. Reverse. Wait. You were correct. Oh my goodness, you can't see it exactly just yet, but you were correct. You're a goddamn genius. I thank you. You are very cool. I appreciate. Damn, who would have thunk it? That just worked out. And damn, you really are just listening to me up. That is how it is. Okay, yes. What else is Karen Travis write? Oh yeah, she wrote the Kilo 5 trilogy. A few years after she did the definitive Cortana thing, which, naturally ended up throwing some shade at Dr. Halsey, but the context of which is from a like rooted character perspective, where Cortana's literally losing her mind, so she's, mommy issues are coming out in effect. And she's kind of cursing the nature of her own existence as an artificial being and wondering like how did my mom think it was remotely ethical to create a person to exist inside the neural interface of a Spartan and to also make me a fully fledged, not just fully fledged but cool but and like smart person, but like the most smart person because she cloned herself to do it. Yeah. um uh and there's like a few and the grave mind makes some comments about like, yo, your mother kind of sucks, but you can kind of conclude things about those about those comments that, it's literally like the evil zombie god guy and a lady losing her mind saying these things. So it can you can still argue a degree of objectivity regarding how it works. Oh, hello, new people. I apologize right now for the terrible frame rate going on. I'm just yapping and yapping to try and make up for it. I've discovered today that if I'm going to stream with this software open on my computer, I really need um, a new computer or a better one. That's typically how it works. So your visuals probably kind of suck. Not gonna lie. Very sorry. No worries. No worries. Cool. Uh, she wrote the Kilo 5 trilogy, which is a Spec Ops, Black Ops sort of a group of one Spartan, a few ODSTs, and no, I think it's one Spartan, a bunch of ODSTs, and an AI working for Oni to basically do some questionable good, do some ethically dubious stuff, like sabotage aspects of the Sangheili culture and society, so that they fight against each other more and other things, and and then swoop in with the Infinity to position humanity as being you know, very dominant over the whole situation symbolically. You know, like it's been established that the Arbiter fell. You know, big golden guy used to be big silver guy. He actually knows that they did that, but hasn't really been able to do anything about it functionally because you know he's a bit busy dealing with Cortana, and before that, like the Civil War. But they've been teasing in Halo fiction that he'll do something about it at some point. There will be a reckoning in a post, I don't know, banish conflict period where, okay, Oni, why the fuck did you mess with us? Oh, there's another person watching. I can see it. I want to apologize for the fact that my frame rate is horrible. Today I've discovered I need a new computer, and I'm saying that every time someone comes into the thing. Um, yeah, the Kilo 5 trilogy written by Karen Travis, very cool author, very hate boner for Halsey thing. Um, one of its characters is a Spartan, well, two of them technically, and both of them end up really not having nice things to say about Halsey. Halsey actually appears in 2 out of the 3 books in person. I think she's in a flashback in the third, and all 3 of them are not kind to her in terms of the comparison. There's a point where one of the ODSTs discuss, you know, kind of has been thinking about all the bad things she does, and just decides, you know what, I'm gonna fucking kill her. I'm gonna kill her. And I've just realized just now the thing I'm trying to do right now. I'm probably with the slowdown on my computer. I should probably try and be working on a different clip at the moment. This is all very scuffed. The ODST strongly considers murdering Halsey, just going into the room where they're keeping her because they've arrested her because the fallout of another book where she, you know, ironically, Halsey doesn't go to jail because of all the war crimes she committed. She goes to jail because she developed a conscience at the very end, and decides to try and do some good in her mind, which is pretty cool. Which is pretty cool irony in my opinion. Like everything was fine until she turned against the corrupt organization that encouraged her to do all the terrible things. Oh my, that's 5 people watching. I want to apologize again. But you know, some people are really you know, they're gonna be bored of hearing this. But the frame rate, apologies. It's just like that. Oh God, DaVinci Resolve is really having a moment. One moment. You see, here's a cool thing about DaVinci Resolve. My computer isn't good enough to run it, but it can have short bursts of being okay. So here's what you do: you turn down DaVinci, you take off DaVinci Resolve, you just turn it off, and you leave your computer there for a few seconds, and you just let it be. And then you get your mouse back to DaVinci Resolve, and you click, and you put it back on. And this is definitely not a scuffed method of getting around hardware limitations. Totally not. Definitely not. The internal monologue of that guy that wants to kill Halsey compares her to Joseph Mengele, you know, the guy that experimented on twins in Auschwitz, you know, captive Jews, and did horrible quack experiments with them that basically involved torturing them. And it's not a positive comparison, you know. It's not. It's kind of negative. Uh, oh God, oh God, DaVinci Resolve isn't opening. Oh God, DaVinci Resolve isn't opening. Oh God, what's the problem? DaVinci? Oh God, you know what? Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, wait, it managed it. It managed it just about. Maybe. 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 Yeah, it's opening very quickly. It's very slowly now. Okay. Oh God, the frame rate hasn't improved. That's, you know, I'm gonna, you know, this is the last straw. I'm getting a new computer. I need it, damn it. I need a new computer. Oh boy. Um, they also, the Kilo 5 trilogy also does a few other things to sort of bash Halsey, where it makes a few things up. Yes, like, the thing that stands out is that in the third book it establishes that Halsey lied to some of the Spartan children and said that their sort of participation in the program was done with the consent of their parents, which of course it wasn't. That's an outright lie, and I don't know why she would say that, considering in universe the reason she doesn't out lie for them from the get go is because she predicts one, she figures the kids she's chosen can take it, and two, um, they're gonna find out eventually anyway. So you might as well start with the truth and just make them firm it out in the truth. You know, it's it is an approach. Let me just check that. Yes. Okay. Yes, we're back. I think. Okay. Yes, we're back. Everything's opening. Oh God, the frame rate is off and back, and that's. It's okay. It's okay. Just stop thinking about it. Okay. Back to replacing clips whilst I yap. Um, cool things about the Kilo 5 trilogy. I just, said a bunch of things that are, pretty critical of it. The character work, from what I remember, is very strong, and I should probably read it again, just so I have a better appreciation after, binging all five of uh, Karen Travis's, uh, you know, Halo books. Well, I say binging. That's a strong term. Because it took me a while to read one of them, because one of them doesn't have an official audiobook like that's like available on Audible. The first the first three books do, which you'd think would be fine, like forms a self-contained trilogy, but that's not how the Gears of War books are structured. It's the first one that's sort of on its own as a standalone prequel to the second game. Then you've got three books set in between Gears of War 2 and 3, and then a fifth one that acts as a prequel to all those books and the games as well. And you gotta wonder, like, only the first three, which which were voiced by the lady that voices Anya in the games. That's pretty cool. Only the first three actually got the new audiobook treatment, to my knowledge. It might have changed since then. And at the time, it didn't seem like there were any uh, uploads of the old audiobooks that used to exist with the other guy whose name I don't know. The lady who voices them in the new ones is Macmanera Momera Membaba. I'm not good with words. And so I had to physically read one of them. Imagine that, which is a big deal because I'm dyslexic. So it took me like a few months to sort of grind through it, doing a few pages every time I got on the bus. But so that kind of slowed me down. But you know what? It made me appreciate the story more. It made me appreciate the story more because I had to take it slow. But it also made me more cute that the third book in the Vectus trilogy, which is the fourth book overall, has just way less going on than the first two, or the first three. Like it feels like it's treading water so hard. Uh, like it's stretching things, which apparently is a thing that Karen Travis does to an extent on purpose because it means she gets paid more, which is a bit conflicting considering you want to like her, but she's saying, "Oh, I make my books longer not necessarily for an artistic reason, just because this. But when you're so good at it, like I said, I would happily read about a character reading the phone book if it was written by her." Was the toughest read for me. Was boring. Jewel, Telkan, and his wife carried the story. I agree that that's my favorite part of it. And to be honest, it's been such a long time that there's a lot of things I couldn't really comment on beyond the third book making a very good, very very strong impression with the you know, the opening prologue with Naomi's dad. Yeah, Naomi's dad and his perspective, and then she's gone, and you know, her being kidnapped, and then like the thing with the doll's house and blah 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 blah. I think that's at the beginning of the book. Wouldn't make sense to have it be anywhere else. But something, despite the fact that I didn't like a lot of what was happening in terms of, I guess you'd call it canon errors, something about Karen Travis just clicks with me, which is it's funny. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't agree with any with a lot of, in like a personal slash political sense. I don't think I'd agree with most of what she thinks and says uh, in real life from what I know about her. But she boy can write in a very particular way that gets me like, hmm, that's pretty good. Hmm. What am I even saying? Okay, I'm back on track. Back on track. She wrote those books. I sometimes wonder if it would be interesting if she wrote some more. I do wonder if the reason why her characters haven't appeared outside of Osman, of course, who's director of Oni, so you can't really have her not appear. Oh, new people watching, apologies. Today I've discovered my computer can't really run all the things at once, so you are dealing with a bad frame rate. Sorry, can't help it. But progress is being made, and I am yapping. The only character outside of, yeah, Osmond and Black Box appear in multiple things outside of the Kilo 5 trilogy, but the rest of them, they're sort of sequestered in there, and I can't help but wonder if she made an agreement that they can't fuck with her characters or use them out unless she like gives an okay. I know that some authors like do that when it comes to multimedia franchises. And I think comic book writers as well. It comes up with them as well, like Neil Gaiman, who's a bit of hot water right now because apparently he might have done some bad sexual stuff. But you know, never meet your heroes. It turns out they've diddled kids or whatever. He didn't diddle kids, but he did some bad stuff maybe. Uh, his characters, his Sandman characters, which are part of the DC like mythos, people can't like use them in stories like in a direct sense. They can be referenced, but they can't be used proper without Neil Gaiman like giving the okay on it. So presumably they have to be like, "Hey, Neil Gaiman, we want to have Dream of the Endless appear in a story and meet Superman and have this conversation." And he has to be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'm okay with this. Maybe I give a few, maybe he gives a few little pointers about how he'd prefer something to be portrayed." And they're just like, "Okay, Neil, you're cool and stuff. You're the only reason women were reading DC comics back in the late '80s, or something. I forget. That's the thing I've heard anyway. But maybe Karen Travis made the same deal with Free for Free, that outside of Saren, uh, they cannot use her. They cannot use her characters, or maybe they've had zero reason to do so. Mm-hmm. Decode. Mm-hmm. Ooh, normal. True, she did appear in Silent Storm, but that's maybe I'm just wrong. Have you checked video card under test task manager video decode? Uh, I'm assuming that's an OBS feature, right? Okay. Uh, video card under task manager video decode. Okay, go to settings. It occurs to me that the frame rate did not improve when I stopped OBS, which might imply, unless it did for a second, I didn't notice, which might imply that, oh god, the settings menu is taking forever to turn up. Oh, there it is. Stream, streaming settings recommendations. Okay. That didn't help. Okay. Um, hmm. when you say under Task Manager, do you mean OBS? Damn the delay for audio. It's a funny thing that video. Why isn't it letting me? Damn it! It's not letting me change anything because I'm streaming right now. That's damn it. Maybe this is a thing that I can fix for next time. Hmm. How far behind am I? Maybe I'm just wrong. Ah, fuck it. Back to yapping. Wait, wait. I'm assuming that's an OBS feature, right? Okay, at least I'm not listening to myself really far behind now. I don't know how to fix. I don't know how to do this. I'm not a tech guy. I feel so foolish. But you know what? We persevere. Yes. Okay. Naomi does appear in Silent Storm, and Osmond appears everywhere. But I can't help but wonder if there's like a stipulation that they can't continue the main story of Kilo 5 without her. Because obviously putting Naomi in the past doesn't contradict, stuff in later. It doesn't contradict Kilo 5. And they would have to have Osmond everywhere because she's, Karen positioned her as being really integral to the universe. So it would be downright strange for her not to be there. It seems fine now. Oh my god, I don't understand how that happened. Does it say that way? Does it say that way? Oh my god, is it staying that way? Okay, well, it appears that I'm moving. I'm watching myself back from like 30 seconds ago. I'm at least moving now. That's good. That's good. This is an improvement. I don't understand what changed. Oh, it's because it's raining. It's because it's raining. It's because there's a fucking storm outside. Right. I understand now. Ah, okay. All right. Where were we? Uh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, we did that clap. We did that clip. Um, I wonder what would entice Karen Travis to come back, like a direct sequel or whatever. What would her commentary be on um, Cortana as a big bad guy? You know what I bet the funny thing would be? Recent fiction. Oh, it's gone. Fuck! Damn it all! It's OBS. I mean, it's Da Vinci. God damn it! It's all Da Vinci. It's all Da Vinci's fault. Leonardo da Vinci, why you do this to us? Ah. Ah. What was I thinking? Keep losing my train of thought. Oh, come on. Let me just focusing in on moving around in ways that you can't see, which is unfortunate. What was I saying a moment ago? Oh yeah, recent fiction, specifically Epitaph, has pretty directly stated the theory that was already there's already kind of expected that the logic plague, the influence of the grave mind, is what made Cortana did all the bad stuff, right? What if Karen Travis comes back and she says, nah, actually, that one line in Halo 5 where we infer that it's because she's a clone of Halsey, it's all Halsey. Halsey would do this. Halsey's actually a megalomaniacal maniac and is way, way worse than we thought she was even before. Except me, Karen Travis. I knew the whole time. That would be, that'd be really funny. It wouldn't be good, but it would be really freaking funny. I can kind of see it because she's willing to kind of make up stuff to make a point. I've heard that's the case in her Star Wars work as well. Like she'll contradict things or she'll make new canon in effect to that replaces the old one. Like the ideological point will change in the text, in the theme, in the in what is being conveyed in order to fit what she believes should be true. Which I guess that's just retconning of a different kind, right? Retcons happen all the time. Halo's not a stranger to them. I mean, the Forerunners are kind of a mess of them, low key. You know, down from their aesthetic to the lore of whether or not they are human or an alien species that's sort of like tangentially related to humans, or should I say, humans are tangentially related to them. Um, the aesthetic change, well, it isn't as hard to rectify in your mind between the visions of old studio and new studio, that being free for free and Bungie. Everybody knows this story by now. It's kind of it's kind of funny how it happened. Let's see. What's the next one to do? The other big retcons, I suppose, would be from the original printing of the Fall of Reach book that established a very strange timeline in terms of the introduction of the alien species of the Covenant to the war, where Chief had not fought an elite, period, until the Fall of Reach, which is kind of silly. Is a bit is it doesn't that doesn't make sense. That's the universe is less interesting, less applicable and usable as a fictional setting for stories if you say that to be the truth. You could do a very different kind of story like that, but frankly, that bit of lore doesn't fit even with the games particularly, and I'm just talking the original trilogy, because it's not like they remark, oh my goodness, those elites, we've never met them, we've never seen them before, hello new person, frame rate is terrible, sorry. um And in First Strike, the original printing of First Strike, they imply that the brutes have never been seen before. That there's a brute that John fights. He has a bit of a fisticuffs with, and it's I think it's outright stated in the text. This is the first of this kind that John has encountered, and he has a bit of a tough time because brutes are kind of strong. Let me just let me. Is this correct? All right. They're kind of strong. And this is hard retconned by Contact Harvest, which establishes that not only have they appeared before, but the brutes, the Jewel Hanai, are the ones leading the first fight in the first encounter with the humans, not counting the free Kigyar pirates that get fucking shot in the head by Sergeant Johnson. Um, Let me just yeah, that matches up. Yeah, that matches up. Yeah, that all matches up. Okay. Uh, Sergeant Johnson being like, "Yo, I'm 40 and I'm depressed, and we're not going to mention that I was in that like Spartan 1 program because I don't. Is the Orion program mentioned in Contact Harvest? It's been a really long time since I read it. I feel like it wasn't. Um, um, yeah. The brutes were present in the Battle of Harvest, the first one, not counting the one in Halo Wars, which is of course set 5 years later, um, like the one described. And that's a very blatant retcon for the better, frankly. So I guess if you take that into account, then the implication was that only grunts, jackals, and hunters were actually involved, which, now that I think about it, also doesn't fit with how battle ready and wanting and just generally enthusiastic the elites are for what they do. You know, the whole battle thing. Why would they spend all their time on their ships? Oh yeah, he did see Brutes in Silent Storm. That's another explicit retcon. Um, hmm, uh, that you know very directly says, "Hey, you know that thing we established before? It's doubly wrong now because before we could have stated that John has never directly, faced a brute in battle, but then Silent Storm was like, nah, yeah, he did. He faced a whole bunch of them, and he faced their boss, a silent shadow, and like beat him in single combat, but almost loses his head, but ultimately shotguns the fuck out of the guy. It was kind of disappointing when that happened. I found the silent shadow dude to be more compelling than the like ship get master guy initially, but I came round to him as one of the good elements of well, not to imply that Oblivion is a bad book, but it's a very repetitive book, and it's one of the books that fits into. Troy Denning has a habit with his Halo books. His stories are always set within a relatively short time span, and it's focused on like a single battle, and it gets right into the granularness of it. Um, and and sometimes it can feel like like kind of a lot. It varies. Like Oblivion is probably the worst in this regard, maybe tied with Outcast, where things are happening. Objectively speaking, things are happening, but also it feels like nothing's happening. Dear Lord, like I get it. We're doing implicit character work, by depicting what the battles were like, and we're being really granular. Being really granular about it lets us be really specific and stuff. Wearing the same armor. They've probably retconned Spartans all wearing the same armor at this point. There's too many things going on. Like even if like stuff like Halo Legends is just a visual thing. Um, but well, they've established that I don't even know. There's some aspects of the lore that are really murky. Let me think. There's it's established that Mark IV armor, like they iterate on it a whole bunch of times during the war. So you've got the confused, like you've got the armor depicted in the Halo Wars style Mark IV that they wear in the Fall of Reach animation, and I think it's the same stuff that they're wearing in the comic adaptation as well, and like official art for it. And then there's the Halo Silent Storm variant on the package armor, and then there's the package armor which you see in Forward Unto Dawn, which maybe he keeps on wearing that until we get to the package thing, which is like 10 years later. And then presumably he's wearing different stuff again, which kind of resembles Mark 6 actually, if you're taking the the visual canon of I'm clicking to remember uh Homecoming, yeah, the one with Daisy, that's the one. And of course Daisy's wearing red, which isn't, I don't think that's meant to be canon. It's just meant to differentiate her for stylistic reasons. um I'm getting a bit distracted. I'm not replacing enough clips. Oh boy, gotta get back to it. Gotta get back to it. Oh boy, this is yeah, the armor stuff is a bit confusing. Um, I saw people were particularly confused because the cover of Silent Storm depicts young Chief wearing a helmet that is very much like the Halo 4 one, but apparently that does kind of clock up with lore from like the visual encyclopedia that came out after Halo 4. It's a whole thing. Oh, 4 viewers again. Hello, welcome to low frame rate. I'm sorry, I don't have good tech. I discovered that today. Gonna fix it though. Don't you worry. Not gonna make this mistake again. Well, streaming, not a mistake. Just gotta get better hardware. Would be good for editing too. Um, what's another thing I'm excited for? You know what? They announced a new book a while ago, written by Kelly Gay. Kelly Gay has pretty become pretty reliable. Kelly Gay seems to like her books just seem to get progressively, well, from my perspective, better, because we've gone from her, having her so and so drama with her, little OCs on the crew of the Ace of Spades, to her being the successor to Greg Bear, and being like a walking, like a little mini encyclopedia kind of writer, where she's like, I will delve into all the lore. I will do all the things. I will play with all the toys in a good way. Actually, like she really likes the canon, which you love to see. You love to see. Ooh, 5 viewers. Hello, fifth viewer. I apologize for the frame rate. I'm making up for the frame rate by yapping and yapping some more, and then yapping again afterwards. Uh, I'll get it fixed next time. Yes. Uh, but Kelly Gay is writing that new Halo book. That specifically, it's something Forward unto Dawn. No, something till dawn. The word dawn is in it. I don't remember where it is in the title, but it's there. Edge of Dawn. That was it. And I'm so happy that she's writing a John slash Blue Team focused book, because she's gonna do absolutely great character work with them. I'm thinking back to Rubicon Protocol and how she treated those characters, and Loki, how much implicit kind of glazing there is to John, because like, look at all this bad stuff that happened, and John's gonna come around and save us from it. And she adapted that one audio log where I think it's Horvath is like, you gotta come save us, man. You gotta come save us from the guys. What is my favorite book? Uh, you just discovered exactly what the stream delay is. Me answering that question. What is my favorite book? It's a toss up between The Fall of Reach, Epitaph, and yeah, New Blood. It's a toss up between those three in the Haloverse. If we're talking favorite book ever, I'd have to think about it. Think about it more. It might be one of the Halo ones, even still. Um, the Fall of Reach. It's partially because, like, I played the original trilogy. I got an Xbox for Christmas 2018, and they told me, my uncle told me ahead of time that he was getting it for me, and he asked me what sort of games I would like to play on it, just so he knew, but like it was going to be enjoyed. And I said, hey, there's this Halo thing that I've never played, so why not get the Master Chief Collection? I'm playing that. I play through the original trilogy, and it makes a big impact. Hmm? With him as best Halo of, I can't disagree. I can't disagree with you. Um, I would just also say that, oh, bumped the microphone there. Yeah, Kelly Gay and Eric Nyland. Eric Nyland comes out the gate being kind of superb. Kelly Gay has she's grown on me. Um, I like her most when she's dealing with like characters that she didn't make, which is ironic. I feel like I'm just she hasn't gotten me as invested. The only person the Ace of Spades crew that I'm really invested in is Ryan, and the rest of them I don't really. I can't. I'm not really bothered. I don't really care. I mean, I care a little. They're good people. I want to see good things happen to them, but also I don't care. Ryan, she got me with like the parental drama stuff, specifically in the third one, like that scene with her mom. where it's like oozing with emotional depth and shit. She got me with that one. Uh, but you know, characters that she is given from other things, it's impossible for her not to treat them really well. I think she's allergic to it. The idea of doing them dirty. Eric Nyland, uh, that man had not very much time to write those books, with the exception of okay, okay, Fall of Reach, First Strike, those two famously didn't have very much time at all to be written. And the third one, who's Ghosts of Onyx, did have relatively more in comparison. But with the pressures he was under that we're aware of, and he did an absolutely exceptional job. Though not all of his story elements were enjoyed by Bungie, because they retconned a couple of them. Which I suppose is fair. It's your franchise, and you were kind of circumstance strong-armed you into accepting an additional writer to working your sandbox and stuff. Yeah. Um, yeah, I played the original trilogy, and I think, there's all these books and stuff. There's all this lore. I could watch a bunch of lore videos, or I could, dip my foot in it, dip my toe into the world of it. And so I did. And as a result, uh, Eric Nyland, that first impression of the audiobook of The Fall of Reach, it really like made an impression, and it made me think, oh boy, I've got to read a few more of these, um, and I start reading them mostly in release order. I did kind of read some of the newer ones, like Silent Storm, and like I read Silent Storm at the wrong time because I had some of the books on an Audible subscription, and some of them I was just listening to on like the Internet Archive whilst they were still up on there. So at home, I would be like, while going around the house or just doing a thing, I would be listening to one of them, and if I was out and about with my phone, with my Audible app, I'd be listening to another one, and I was listening to Contact Harvest and Silent Storm at kind of interchangeably at roughly the same time, which is the wrong time to listen to Silent Contact Harvest, because Silent Storm gives implicit spoilers for Contact Harvest. So it's like, ah, oh, fuck, damn it. And I had a similar thing. Oh, I I think my computer is kind of in trouble. Um, yeah, I think my frame rate is totally gone as well. Yeah. Hello. Hey. Uh, bad frame rate. Bad frame rate. Oops. Yes. Now you're gonna really see you can really the delay there. Um, yeah. Fall of Reach makes a really big impression. It gets me to read everything else, become a massive nerd about it. Now it's like my favorite thing, tied with maybe a couple other things like Dune. I really like Dune. I've been reading through the extended things of Dune as well. The reason why I'm not doing anything on my screen right now is because my computer is fucking out. I switched over and am now discovering that my computer can't really stream and edit DaVinci at the same time. Lol. Need a better computer. That's why that clip overlaps. True, true. You understand. I mean, you're hearing me say this like a minute after I type it, but true. That is very true. Um, had to reprogram my brain. Lol. Had to reprogram my damn brain. Okay. Uh, I, d- I don't think I'm gonna be able to be replacing clips at this point. My computer is really starting to complain at this point. This is a wake up call. I need a better computer, and you know what? I'm going to acquire one. It's gonna be. I needed one anyway. Hey, uh, I'm going. What's your Discord? What's your Discord? Yours too. Sorry, you too. You too. And cause I keep having to scroll up to look at it. Cause rest you as well. You as well. Assuming you're still in the chat. There are 6 people watching now. That is awkward. Um, DaVinci Resolve refuses to close. That's awkward. Yeah. Let me check. I never use it. You never use it. Well, it's one means of communication. Um, I don't think I'm gonna be able to be replacing clips at this point. My computer is really starting to complain at this point. This is a wake up call. I need a better computer, and you know what? I'm going to acquire one. It's gonna be. That's me just looking back at the stream. Yeah. Okay. I think I think this was a worthy experiment. No, no, but I could make one. But I could make one. Should I make one? A Discord, a Discord server? No, but I can make one. Should I make one? It's in real time now? Yes? Whoa? I don't understand. I don't understand how this works at all. Technology. Technology confounds me. Technology confounds me. Okay, here's the major question. If I started a Discord server in between getting a new computer, that's better than the one I currently have. That would make everything much easier. Would that be a good idea? I'm just going to put it in the chat again. To reiterate, should I do a Discord server? Or maybe I should just make this a poll. Um, yeah, I'm like 2 minutes behind in this. That's a lot of ping. Damn. Um, hmm, hmm. I think I shall then. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can find find a certain someone. Your name. Oh, nines. Neato. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back for the stream logs when this is done, and I'm gonna find you on Discord. Gonna gonna find you on the Discord. Then it must be really apparent how big the stream delay is from me typing that and me saying that aloud. Okay, you know what? This was a good and worthwhile experiment to work out whether or not um, my government issued laptop that I was given because I can't read good, my brain isn't good at that, uh, when I went to college, is good for streaming. It is not. It's barely good at editing, and it's okay at gaming for games that came out 10 years ago. Uh, I you know, I should get a new one. And that would make me better at editing, it faster, and I could stream in a good way. Yeah. Uh, that sounds like the thing to do. I'm going to do that. I've decided I'm going to do that. Yeah. All right. Well, um, thank you for turning up. The people that turned up, that was very cool of you. I'm sure it's because of my very good thumbnail that wasn't cursed in the slightest. Um, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to probably restart my computer and go back to replacing clips, just to finish off the thing. I'll upload the video like normal.